Hello guys, welcome back once again. It's me, Jim Samurai, and today we're gonna be reviewing the first round of the World Chess Championship between Magnus Carlsen and Sergey Karjakin. So this is the first match. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I think d4 was played, knight f6, and now Carlsen played bishop g5, the Tropovsky variation, which actually I think he just wanted to surprise Karjakin to get him out of the boot. Alright, so bishop g5, Karjakin played d5, I think a normal move, e3, c5, bishop takes f6, g takes f6. So right now I think right now it's actually an equal position. Maybe Black will face some little problems with their castle, but I don't think it will be that big problems. Alright, so Carlsen took on c5, knight c6 is on the right move, I think, because you don't need to. The pawn on c5 is going to Black can eat it whenever they want. They can play queen c7, they can play here queen c7, or they can play queen a5 to take it. They don't need to take it right now. I actually just can play e5, protect all the squares in the center, and then take it with the bishop. There is no rush, so that's why Karjakin just played knight c6, a normal move, getting out pieces. So bishop d5 is in the right move, I think. So yeah, 1 minute, I think. Yes. Hold on a second. Yes, that's right. So e6 was played, and a right move. Maybe if you will think, why not e5? Because you just take the center with e5. It looks like you get the center, but after e5, I think there is move for white. They play knight c3 here, and they attack your pawn on d5. So you actually need to protect it with the bishop, like bishop with e6. And they play queen f3, I think. And then if you just develop, they will castle kingside. I think 1 minute. There's e5. Yes, maybe you get you put your pawns in the center, and you protect some squares on the center, but the d5 will be a problem in the future, because if a rook is gonna go on d1, and then castling will be very difficult, because also queen is on the king side right now, so Black will face some problems. It looks like they're right, but they're facing some problems. Alright, so oh my god, 1 minute. Alright, knight c6, bishop e5. Yes, yeah, still e6. I think it's right now. And c4 was played. Right, so yeah, c4 was played in this position after e6 to go into the center. Karjakin took on c4, the best move, I think. Knight e2 is on the right move also. Bishop takes e5, take the pawn on c5, a normal move, and knight f3 just developing. I think all these moves are good. Then we have castle kingside, which probably will show why he castled kingside. He has no pawn, so he has no pawn on g7 to protect his king. But I don't think that's a big problem, because he just can play always his king on h8. It's not gonna be a big problem. And white actually they can attack. They can't find any good attack right now, because there is no move to attack straight away with white. So that's why castling on the king side is, I think, is on the right move. So Carlsen also castled. Maybe here an idea was rook c1, and if you just develop, I think you can just play, I don't know, queen c7. You can take with the rook. Right, and here there is some tricks with the rook that are coming on the when you play bishop d7. The rook can come on the king side. There will be a big problem. So better don't do this. Alright, so yeah, rook c1 was an idea, but I think Carlsen just didn't want to rush. He just played castles. I think it's right, and it's an right move. Alright, Karjakin played knight a5, so there's not gonna be the idea of rook c1. I think it's good. Knight a5 is a good move. Carlsen played rook c1. He just wants to take the pawn on c4. Bishop a7 to get out of the pin of the rook, because there will be probably some b3 in the future, so that's why bishop e7 is a good move. Queen c2 just developing, I think. Bishop d7 changing our bad bishop for the white bishop of changing the white bishop of black, but it is bad. They're changing it for the white bishop of white, which apparently he's pretty good. It is pretty good. So Carlsen take, queen take, take on d7, and now Carlsen played queen c3, which apparently I think it's a good move, just to not take threats on a5, can put his queen on a better square. He can play also rook d1, knight d4. He can just take on c4. Also with queen c3 there is some ideas with knight d4 in the future to create some problems on f6. And yeah, I'll show you a minute. Hold on, queen c3, he needs to protect this. And then knight e4 looks good. Alright, you want to take on f6, and now e5. It's not a good move because it's creating some problems. After knight g3 there will be some problems, because if you just develop, alright, there is knight h4, and now there is some problems with the square on f5, so maybe that's not very good. Alright, so the next moves are just developing. I think they're pretty alright. Takes, yes. Queen d5, putting the queen on a better square. Takes on c4, takes. I think all this stuff is alright. And now Karjakin takes. So now I think the position is equal. All the games the position was equal. This game was not a very surprising one. It was I was predicting that the first game will be drawn, because no one wants to risk on the first game, right? They just go for a draw. So alright, one minute, alright. So the Skype not blending, right? So rook takes. I think he just wants rook c8 just to change rooks. Take rook c1. I think all these moves are alright moves. Rook d8 threatening. What is this? Threatening some mates on d1, g3. He could also play h3, but remember, in the end games it's better to create a square which is opposite of the opponent's bishop, because right now the correct bishop is black, so that's why it's better to play g3 and create a square on g2, which is a white square. Alright, rook d7, protecting the 7th rank. King f1, just bringing kings. f5, just the one to put bishop on f6 on a more good better square, actually. king e2, bishop f6, all these moves are alright. b3, as it was starting that he wants to take on b2, so b3, putting the pawns on white squares is very good. And now king, just bringing the king f8, h3, h6 is alright, just to protect some squares on g5. Maybe in the future it will help. Knight e1, just to try to make this knight work on d3 or c2. Just king e7, knight e3 is a right move, I think. King d8, protecting the 8th rank. f4, h5, so there's not gonna be any g4 moves, because now if you're gonna play h5 in this position, if you're gonna play h5, then white will just not play f4, and this pawn will be a problem after maybe rook h4 in the future. It will be, so that's better not do this and just play h6. And now because they play f4, so you just play h5 right now. You can actually somehow take it. So now a4. Actually, white tries to play for maybe they try to get some compensation. Not compensation. Try to be active, I think. But black, they're doing very good defending, and I don't think there is something now for white. So check king e8, knight to e5, just to put knight on a better square, but I don't think it's changing anything. The position is drawn. Bishop c5, putting the bishop on a better square and closing the rook from getting active. Rook c3, king e7, and rook d3, changing rooks. And here, yeah, take with the king, f6, check there, knight d4, king d5, and now the position is drawn. I don't think there is something right now, and they made some moves here, and in this position they agreed to a draw. So yeah, that's this game was not a very surprise. There wasn't any action in this game. It was just a normal game, which ended in a draw. Actually, white tried something in this game. The whole game, white tried to. Right, I'll leave it right here. I'm gonna leave it. Hold on. That's great. White all the game tried something, but I don't think there is. All the game, white tried something to do to be more active, and black just was making very good defending. So white didn't manage to win this match. So Carlsen didn't manage to win this match with white. So the next match is Karjakin with white. It will be a very interesting match. I'm gonna be live streaming it, so be sure to check it out. And alright guys, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye guys.